We're back live with Pairwings and the Passing Show. Hal Gill, your host. And as usual, this is just a little bit of who, what, when, and where in Washington, D.C. Was passing in McClellan's retreat. And it looks like we've got the light to make the crossing. A few spots of rain, nothing really dramatic. It's Saturday night. We're heading to the Hamilton Live to catch a benefit for Ron Holloway. I have a standing room only bar area seat, so to speak, or ticket. And what else do I want to say about that? Ron Holloway, sax player, pretty well known in the area. And among those musicians who know, it's Ron Holloway Band. It's been active in this area. Caught them opening for Samantha Fish one time. Seen Ron on stage quite a bit at the Ardmore Music Hall, among other places. The last time I saw him might have been with Government Mule. I think that was The Dark Side of the Mule. He came on and did a few numbers. Did the Dick Perry sax parts, I think. Some of the Dark Side of the Moon work. And he's really talented. Looks like Viet Kitchen is pretty successful tonight. They must have pretty good food. If you like Vietnamese, maybe I'll try that. Pizza place, the newsroom, onwards. Golden Age, folks accumulating there. They used to be baddies, and now is Golden Age. I have been stirring the pot a little bit here and there today. Not everything is as it should be, but, I'm doing my part, stimulating the economy a little bit. One of my subscribers on one of my board of directors is bailed out and asked for a refund when they apparently deducted the amount for her annual subscription to Carolings. And I am out the slice that Substack takes because she didn't pay attention to her subscriptions. So please do pay attention to your subscriptions, folks. Do not feel bad about unsubscribing, but if you fail to unsubscribe, I think this is a one-time only offer I'm going to be extending to my friend, who I know is of an age where things like that happen. But I don't think I'm going to be extending refunds to anybody who gets rebilled, who just simply hasn't been paying attention to their subscription, and therefore, gets charged. It's not fair. But, life isn't fair, so I can afford to, in the interest of friendship, refund her full $80 for the year that she doesn't want. She did not successfully or pay enough attention to unsubscribe and take it out of Hyde, part that goes into Substack's coffers. So that's fine. That's life. That's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. We talked a lot about subscriptions and things like that with Julia Cassara, PhD, today on Harrowing's podcast, 2:30 my time, till about 3:30. She gave me an hour of her time, which was really generous, I thought. And she said she loved doing it. That was just fun, It's like we range. And I'm a little all over the map. She often makes me feel that I'm not seeing the whole picture. I get a bigger picture when I talk to her. And that's the great thing about having conversations, folks. We see a bigger picture. We learn a bit more about the world than we would know otherwise. This is, after all, just the passing show. When you get to the bottom, stay there. That's sort of where I like to live, is out down here on the bottom. I'm kind of a bottom eater, if you will, but I do have apparently over 600, at last count, subscribers to this. Most are free subscribers. That's great. My board of directors are the 13 at this point, I believe, subscribers. And so it goes. I think my friend who unsubscribed actually will be counted for the coming year, unless she successfully does go in and unsubscribe, as I suggested she ought, so we don't have a repeat next year for the same event. And on it goes. Look at that. There's a lot of beauty in the world if you stop to look for it. See, we have 8 besides me on right now. Let's see if I was around the recognize. Wonder Seeker. Welcome. Schminke. Yeah, Schminky. Icon. Marisol Menez Kina. Crystal Energy Blessings, and Gary Sheldon Barb have joined. And of course, Lee, who I've seen often here. So good to have you. Keep being the change you want to see in the world. And remember, every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are creating together. And if you don't like what you're seeing, think about how you're contributing to it and make a different contribution. In this case, poor Ron has gone through a bunch of problems health-wise, and his fundraisers to help offset his medical expenses. And it's nice that he has a community who is willing to come together to do that. So that's why I'm making my way down to the DuPont Circle Metro. I'm going to spend a little on the metro system versus walking the whole way. It is kind of tempting to walk it. A lot of different things going on in the world. Everybody's either on their way up or on their way down. In our case, we're going down the DuPont Circle Metro escalators. Not the longest one in the system by any stretch, but pretty long. They're repairing one of the escalators that's normally running up. They have one up and one down right now. That's the way of the world. I have 77% power, it looks like. Didn't bring the extra battery. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to run the passing show, but we'll see. Good to have Chris Russo joining. Thank you. So you've got a check mark by your name. You must be important. Don't have one by mine, but I don't mind that. Harrowings just tends to scrape the surface, giving a little primary documentation for historians in the future, potentially. This is the state of the DuPont Circle Metro here on September the 27th, 2025. The day in the bonus round, first quarter of third millennium, wrapping up. We'll be entering the second quarter of the third millennium, second quarter century of the third millennium, I should say. To be accurate. Some people, pretty good hats. Fellow reminded me when he looked up at Mark Shields. So Mark has passed away. Mark was a friend of mine, a regular on the PBS NewsHour. Shields and the books, if you remember. Gentle soul. And often talking with us about what he saw in the world. Here, my next report. So I've got on it to take a ride. If you don't know the Washington Metro system, you're getting a little tour of it now. One of my favorite stations on the Red Line. This goes all the way out to Union Station, so it's a nice hop down to trains that can take you just about anywhere that our systems run. Of course, our train systems are not as great as they are in other countries, so we have a relatively limited range of possible stations. I was thinking about going out and visiting Sunshine in Baltimore at some point. We talked back and forth about that yesterday. Could be fun. We're not too far apart. He's doing really interesting work in the arts for helping people heal, which I appreciate. I don't know if you all appreciate it or not, but I really do. I think it's better to be on this end. We earned this together. APTA Transit Agency of the Year. What's insane? Advertising that up and down. 2 minutes. We gotta walk down and back. Then we'll end up where we end up. It's kind of like a roulette. We're going to cross the way. We don't have as many riders heading away from BC. That's fine. Here's what it is. Everybody's doing what they do to the best of their ability. Think about the consequences out here, the creative imaginations that many people have. Working together. The Root Boy Sling All-Stars, Gordon Sterling and the People will be playing tonight for Ron Holloway. And I don't doubt that we'll see Ron there himself. I think he's still recovering. At 72 years old, it's not unusual to run into health issues. But we would have once walked back towards the train and watch it come in, see the riders. See the rider. Anyways, the Lord is strong. Good to have you, Eddie. His name is Eddie. Hope you've enjoyed our latest offerings. I don't know that I'm going to keep doing this on the train. Some people might object. We'll probably wrap it up here.